Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. According to Steve Popper, the New York Knicks and Scott Perry will part ways after 6 seasons. Scott Perry was hired in 2017 to work under Steve Mills.
We're really excited today to add Scott Perry to our team.
And when Steve Mills was kicked out,
Steve Mills fired
their president, Steve Mills.
Mills and Dolan together don't work, and Dolan's not going to fire himself. So somebody had to go. That's simple.
he was retained to work under Leon Rose. Scott Perry's been part of some very notable transactions for the last 6 seasons. He and Steve Mills traded away Carmelo Anthony, who was upset and disgruntled after the whole Phil Jackson fiasco. They traded away Kristaps Porzingis, who was unhappy with the direction of the New York Knicks. He also helped to sign Julius Randle, who became a 2-time All-NBA player and a 2-time All-Star. He also signed Elfrid Payton. And you know what? Elfrid Payton, Scott Perry's guy. There's no doubt about it, ladies and gentlemen. That's Scott Perry's guy. Wasn't the best point guard ever. Couldn't make a layup. Couldn't shoot a jump shot. But he helped. Admit it. Some notable draft picks that Scott Perry's been a part of.
With the 3rd pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the New York Knicks select R.J. Barrett from Toronto and Duke University.
R.J. Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, Emmanuel Quickley, Quentin Grimes, Obi Toppin. Scott Perry, ladies and gentlemen, has his fingerprints all over this New York Knicks team. And I believe he helped to change the culture within the organization. For instance, when Steve Mills took over for Phil Jackson, he immediately made a couple of moves without a GM. Signed Tim Hardaway Jr. to a 4-year, $71 million deal. At the time, it seemed like a large deal without much competition for THJ. Later on, it turned out to be a decent deal. He also signed Ron Baker to a 2-year deal with a player option that turned out to be kind of like a no-trade clause. Scott Perry, when he came in as the GM, really took control of making the moves, signing the contracts, making sure that the contracts were reasonable and not with much length. When Leon Rose came in, Scott Perry was there. He had the experience to help guide Leon Rose, who was a rookie NBA president. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Scott Perry's got his fingerprints all over this New York Knicks team. But Scott Perry's not being fired and he's not resigning. They're simply not working out a contract extension. So either they couldn't see eye to eye on the money, Scott Perry thinks he has a better job with more power elsewhere, or Leon Rose wants somebody else in that position. Either way, he's not coming back to the New York Knicks. I'm pretty sure Scott Perry, well respected throughout the league, will find a job someplace. The next question, ladies and gentlemen, is who does Leon Rose choose to replace Scott Perry? Personally, I think the number one target of Leon Rose will be Gerson Roses. He's been a consultant with the Knicks over the last season, and he's a former president of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Make the connection with Karl Anthony Towns if Karl Anthony Towns is on Leon Rose's radar. You also have Bob Myers, who just announced that he's no longer going to be the GM of the Golden State Warriors. There'll be options for Leon Rose. Whoever Leon Rose decides to bring in to replace Scott Perry, I believe will have 2 things: experience and connections. Leon Rose is a huge connections guy. We've seen it throughout his time here with the New York Knicks. So let me know, who do you believe Leon Rose is going to bring in to replace Scott Perry? Leave it in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. I'm out of here. Peace.
This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.